Knives are cool. And axes too. Hello again, everybody. Robert Breaker here with you. Always remember, knives are cool and axes too. I've got a mystery knife today that I've been wanting to do a video on because it's killing me. I want to know what this thing is. I've literally gone to about 3 different shows asking people, what have I got here? And nobody seems to know. They gave me their best estimate or opinion of what they thought it could be, but no one can tell me what this thing is. So without further ado, let's look at it. But first of all, this is not the original sheath. It just falls out. So let me tell you about where I got this thing from. I went to Oklahoma a couple years ago to visit Mom, and well, I went to a show and I saw this, and the guy was almost giving it away. I don't think he knew what he had. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this because it looked quality, it looked handmade, it looked like something that was worth something, especially with what appears to be the maker's mark on the top and different letters in, I think, Japanese, could be Chinese, could be Korean for all I know, but we've got different letters and we've got what appears to be the maker here. So the guy wanted $40 for this, and I'm thinking, well, do I take a chance on getting it? And to me, it's all about learning, and I wanted to learn. I want to learn what this thing is. So I went ahead and took a chance on it and bought it, and I felt like, man, this is probably worth a lot more, and I hope I'm right. Unfortunately, it's missing the original sheath, so that's not good. But what is it? What is it? Well, first of all, I'm going to have you come in, and we're going to zoom in on it, and we're going to look at the symbols, and we're going to try, and I'm hoping this will be an interactive video in which you can online tell me what I have here. So let's start on this side. We have this symbol, and I hope it shows up really well. That appears, looks like to me, and I don't know Japanese, some sort of Japanese symbol. This symbol over here almost looks like Hebrew, almost looks like a Hebrew symbol, but it could be Japanese. Let me flip it over now, and there's what appears to be some sort of a Rosetta, right? Wasn't that Japanese? They had some sort of a, was it chrysanthemum, I believe, or something like that. And then over here, we have another symbol that appears, and who knows, I could be having it upside down. Maybe it goes like that or something like that. But it appears to be Japanese to me. Now, let me flip this thing up, and then I want you to zoom in on what appears to be a signature. It looks like, to me, a signature. And again, it could be upside down, so let me flip it over. Is it showing up well on the camera? Mm-hmm. So what is this thing and who made it? Now, if you speak Japanese and you know, please let me know what that says. If you know more about these knives, and I love how they did this, I don't even know what you call it, decoration or ornamental scroll work. This whole thing looks and appears to be handmade, hand forged. And when you look down here, you can even see, I mean, it's not warped, but there's different uniformity. It's not uniform completely all the way down. So go back around there and let me tell you what I think this thing may be. Some people told me about samurai swords, and if you know a little bit about samurai swords, there's different kinds of samurai swords. And could this be from a set of samurai swords? Because oftentimes the samurai swords, they come in a set of 3. And here we have the 3. And so you've got the long one, which would be the sword, which would be what? The katana. Then you have the, I think it's called the ko katana. And then the smaller one is the wakizashi. I don't even know how to say it. And so some people have told me, they said, oh, I think this might be that wakizashi. So if you were a samurai, you had your big sword, your mid-sized sword, and then you had this. What was this for? Well, I guess if you had nothing left, you had a knife you could fight with, but also this was the one that they committed Harikiri with if they dishonored their emperor. And so this would have been the type of knife. So is this old? I don't know what happened to the original sheath. I could only imagine this being wood like that it was probably a wooden sheath. I don't know. But I would very much like to know, and was this one of 3? Could there have been the longer and then the katana like this? But that certainly looks like a signature there on the top. So come on over again, let's try to get on that again. I'll show you one more time signature here, and upside down and the other way. And maybe, just maybe, somebody, I'm hoping, can tell me what this knife is. Let me flip it over. And again, my thought is, has to be Japanese, because of the characters. And you've got these characters too. But I remember on the Japanese rifle, what is that, Arisaka rifle, there was this thing here that, and they were always, when they caught the rifle, they would always scrape that off. And that was something to do with the emperor's chrysanthemum or something. So I'm thinking perhaps Japanese. I do not know. But I do know that those appear to be symbols in another language. And this knife could be worth something. It all depends on who the maker is. Wouldn't it be cool if it was Hansa or whatever that, famous knife maker is? Hado Hansa or whatever his name is. And maybe it's worth $6,000. We're going to Mexico. No, I don't know. But I think this is a cool knife. I'm glad I bought it. I like the shape, I like the design, which is interesting because I'm not a fan of katana blades. But I like this, and I like taking a chance on it just to see what it was. And I'm hoping that you can tell me, and hopefully someone out there speaks Japanese, can read it and let us know what we got here. Okay, so come on in, take a final shot of it, and that'll be our video for today. And hopefully it will no longer be a mystery. We'll know what this thing is. Yeah!